What is going on, guys? Mini Jacked YGO here today, and for you guys today, I have a really different and interesting deck. This deck is dumb. This deck's stupid. So basically, the whole point of it is you'll see how, but just a really easy and almost uncounterable FTK. So I'll just get into it. So to start off, we're running 3 Lilith, Lady Lament. Any way to search normal traps is really good in this deck. So triple Lilith, kind of standard. And it's a dark, so Allure is really good too. Triple Dimension Shifter, because you want your opponent to banish stuff. And if you can't get your full combo, then Dimension Shifter is good to sit on, as well as it builds up damage with your Spice. And for dangers, I guess for level 8s, I'll just show these, preferably 2 Thunder, 2 Bigfoot, but I don't have any Bigfoot, so you gotta run like 2 Godarla or Ogopogo, Godarla, it doesn't really matter. So that's it for the monsters, because you're gonna be running Trade-In too, so they're level 8, they have to be level 8s, but anyways, on to the spells, which is like all draw power, triple Duality, because you're not really gonna be specialing the dangers 9 times out of 10. Triple Trade-In because of the level 8s. Triple Allure because all the darks. Allure is a definite 3 of Trade-In. Could be bumped down to 2 because you're not really running that many level 8s. I was running more before, but I've been tweaking this build a little bit. So if you guys have any suggestions, just let me know. So yeah, triple Allure. Triple Contract with Dawn Thousand. This card's pretty decent. It's basically an upstart, but your opponent gets a card. But you both burn for 1,000, so they'll be lower, which is all that matters. And every card that gets drawn while it's on the field gets revealed. And if you have a spell revealed in your hand by its effect, you can't normal summon or set, so it can screw over your opponent. But usually you want to normal summon Lilith before you activate Dawn Thousand, just in case. But yeah. Triple Perform Pal Popper Up. Probably gonna cut this to 2. I don't really know. Or it could be running Magical Mallet is a decent substitute for this, because it basically does the same thing. So this one gets rid of the bad cards, I guess. But the only problem with this is that you can't use another D-Shifter. So yeah, but other than that, it's a really good card. And then for the 1-ofs, running 1 card of Demise, 1 Into the Void, and 1 Upstart. Upstart obviously just gets you a free card. Into the Void yet again gives you another free card. And then card Demise is nuts because you're going to be setting your whole hand pretty much, unless you have a level 8 in your hand. Or a D-Shifter, but usually you're getting rid of those with Trade-In or Alert. And then if you draw anything else off of it, so it's nuts. So yeah, card Demise is one of the best cards in the deck. And then, still thinking on it, but 2 Mystic Mine and 1 Called By. I played a tournament yesterday, and I did pretty good. There's going to be 1 feature match. The feature match on Friday is going to be me playing this deck versus someone. So, yeah, spoiler. But, yeah. The deck did perform really well, but I wasn't running Mystic Mine. But now I look back, Mystic Mine be really good, because you can sit on Lilith and Mystic Mine, and then pass to your opponent. And then when your opponent summons anything, you just use Lilith effect. And then they're under mine. So it's kind of nuts. And also, this baits out negates hard. So if you, if you want to get your draw power, and then you can just bait out negates. So that's it for spells. A lot of draw power. And for the traps, this is where the whole deck comes together. 3 copies of Banquet of Millions, 3 DD Dynamite, and 3 Trap Trick. I'll put it like this, because you never Trap Trick for Banquet. But anyways, the whole point of this deck is to have end goal 1 Banquet and 2 DD Dynamite. And that's 9,000 damage. Because Banquet, I don't know if you know what this card does. It came out recently with Phantom Rage. So you banish any number of cards in your extra deck face down permanently, and then you banish that many from your opponent's extra deck face up to the end of the turn. So you only get 1 turn to do this, but you kill them in 1 turn. So you banish your entire extra deck. Then you flip DD Dynamite. And if you have a Trap Trick, you flip the Trap Trick after that DD Dynamite, and then get a second DD Dynamite. and then that's 4,500 just off the extra deck alone. So it's just a bunch of draw power to get into this engine, and then the only really realistically, like, there's not really a lot that stops this. Nothing consistent, at least. You have to be really lucky to stop it. So except for like if you're stopping the draw power with Droll, which you can always side deck stuff like I don't know if you want to play cross out then cross out, but cross out can come in handy in this deck. But yeah, it's situation. You're definitely gonna be a side deck card rather than a main deck card. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. And then my extra deck is it's a bunch of who cares. It doesn't matter what you're playing in your extra deck. The only reason this looks like meta is because I was trying side deck Ghost Reaper, which this just banishes any monster from your extra deck, and then all monsters your opponent's extra deck, or you reveal, sorry, from your extra deck, and then you banish from your opponent's extra deck all the copies to the end of the turn. You also get to look in your opponent's extra deck, which is pretty neat. But basically, this is good if you know you're going second and you side in Ghost Reaper, and you know you're playing against anything that plays any of these cards, or you know what your locals is playing, I guess, or what you're going into. If you know what the meta is and you have any of the extra deck cards, you just get rid of that stuff, and problem solved. So yeah, that was just a quick rundown of the deck. It is really consistent, and it was really fun to play, but it's a very one-sided deck. It's 9 times out of 10, it depends on what you draw. So if you draw a combo, then you have game. If you don't draw a combo, then you don't have game. It's really just as simple as that. There's rarely a time that it comes down to where your opponent has an impact on what you do. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know, please. I want to keep on experimenting with this deck. I feel like this deck is just nuts. You just get a free FTK whenever, so it's just absolutely crazy. And it's super consistent too because all the draw power. So yeah, see you.